Hello friends, welcome back. I like to make a video on a question that few people ask me or say in workshops. They say, I want to find myself. Well, what I always say is, if you look for who you are inside your stream of thoughts, you never ever find it. You might have a good explanation, you might think that you know who you are, but who you actually are as a human being goes much further, or, that already sounds like a bunch of crap, is the simplest thing ever. Yeah? So instead of looking for who you are inside the stream of thoughts, how about getting comfortable as just the observer of the stream of thoughts? And this sounds a little bit like a spiritual hogwash, because I imagine that's what everybody with white long beards teaches, is just observe. And I imagine that there's a lot of truth in that. So who you are, essentially, as a human being, would never change or doesn't care for what you think. Yeah? You might think you are the greatest, Muhammad Ali, or you might think you are the biggest loser ever. At the end of the day, who you really are is the observer behind this. So you are the one who notices which thoughts arise, not getting attached to them and actually riding them all the way to Fantasyland and really believing that you're shit or that you are the greatest ever. It's purely observing what happens. And on that level, on that, I don't even want to call it a level, but on that grounding in that we purely notice what's there, every human being is exactly equal. Every difference is just a thought-made difference, which does not really matter, only if you believe that it does. So who you really are right now is the observer of what happens inside of your own mind, inside of your own body, and the antenna to the world around you with your senses. There is nothing more. Just most of us people from the Western world, me included, habitually identify with thinking. So instead of adding some new thoughts to this and trying to find yourself thoughts and making that a new mission, just take thoughts for what they are. So when you get the thought like, oh, I want to fight myself, or I blah blah, then just notice that. So if you can ground yourself in noticing what is happening right now, that is the furthest you can ever get, and also the simplest you can ever get. It will be so simple that your thinking mind will find it utterly boring and create a few new stories for you to attach yourself to. But that's up to you to get identified with or not. So I recommend, for the purpose of finding yourself, practice simply noticing what's there, because that's who you are and that will never ever change. You are always the one noticing the present moment. Thanks. Goodbye.